Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon here with an update on the forecast. We are tracking some snow in the region here this afternoon. That's creating for some tough visibility, some tough road conditions, and we're looking to see winds continuing to strengthen here throughout the rest of today and into this evening. So blowing snow will be a concern, and we do have some blizzard-like conditions possible for the region. So look at those current road conditions. Many of us looking at roads anywhere from partially covered to completely covered. So do use some extra caution here as we enter into that evening commute. A quick glance outside from your Lewiston live camera network. You can see the snow accumulating there on the ground. So in some spots we have some low visibility. So do use some extra caution here as we see these snow showers continue to push east and winds strengthening here later this evening. As we look at future track radar, our snow activity kind of moving along the Highway 52 region further east. So kind of that far southeast region here of our viewing area, seeing some light snow activity. Some flurries still possible here in the next couple of hours. But once the snow clears out, then we strengthen the wind and we have the potential for some blizzard-like conditions. County is highlighted here in orange or under that blizzard warning until 11 o'clock here this evening. So we have along the Highway 18 corridor and the I-35 corridor, and again further to the west. County is highlighted in purple are under a winter weather advisory due to those concerns for some blowing snow this evening. Let's take a look at those current wind gusts right now. Not much of a windy condition or windy situation in the Rochester area or areas east, but notice towards I-35 starting to see gusts of 47 miles per hour right now up towards the Mason City area. Continue to see those strong conditions west of the I-35 area, but we're starting to see that wind approaching the region. More of it is in store. So in the next couple of hours, areas like Mason City, Albert Lee, but up towards the Austin area, and here in the next hour or two, getting into the Rochester region, looking at gusts of, say, 40 miles per hour possible, anywhere from, say, 35 upwards of 50 miles per hour. That's why towards Mason City, Albert Lee, we have those blizzard warnings in place for the region. After about midnight tonight, we'll start to see those winds kind of dying down. But if you are doing any evening traveling, blowing snow, especially poor visibility in those rural open areas, will be a big concern. Heading into tomorrow, though, temperatures start to fall as we approach some extreme cold conditions. We're tracking first alert days ahead for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday due to those dangerously cold conditions with wind chill values nearing 45 below in some locations by Friday morning. So more on those forecast details in your first alert weather coming up and later on in the broadcast. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon. We continue to track some light snow out there here this afternoon that is causing some road conditions to deteriorate here in the area. Some blowing snow expected throughout this afternoon and this evening. So that will make for a tricky evening commute for many, especially commuters traveling into rural and open areas. Here's a look at those latest road conditions across portions of southeast Minnesota as we look at a lot of spots here in the region, looking at blue or pink, indicating partially to completely covered roadways. So again, snow on the roads has been that main problem here throughout today. So some slick spots. We've been seeing reports on Minnesota 511 of some crashes, some spinouts here this afternoon. So use some extra caution with that evening commute here as it approaches. Snow activity continuing to push further to the east. Now we're watching that snow activity kind of along the Highway 52 corridor and I-90 region, kind of that southeast region of southern Minnesota here this afternoon and into northern Iowa. Back behind it, we'll be looking at some quieter skies. Maybe a few lingering flurries into that evening commute, but things drying out. We bring in the wind, though, and that becomes our next hazard for tonight. A blizzard warning in place for counties highlighted in this red-orange color through about 11 o'clock here tonight. So this includes Freeborn County to the south. This does so along the I-35 region and Highway 18 area corridor in northern Iowa, and then areas to the west. So this is where we look to see the greatest concern for some potential whiteout blizzard-like conditions due to those strong winds and blowing snow. Counties highlighted in the purple color is a winter weather advisory that also is in effect for until 11 o'clock. So starting to see some of that strong wind pushing into the region now. Gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour in Charles City, 41 right now in Mason City. We're seeing gusts of 47 miles per hour off to the west towards Spencer, Iowa. So more of that strong wind expected to pull into the region area wide heading into the rest of this evening. So a bit of a slower, tricky evening commute is possible for the area. Notice here as we look at those hourly wind forecast through about 7, 8 o'clock here. Winds gusting upwards of 45 to 50 miles per hour is possible in the Mason City area. Similar story for the Albert Lee region, which could be looking at gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour. So those are two spots that we'll see that are currently in that blizzard warning. putting things into motion here with Future Track tonight. We'll see that snow activity out of here by about 7, 8 o'clock here. We'll look to see those strong winds impacting us through about midnight or so, gradually tapering off. But we will look to see another push of some stronger winds heading into Thursday. So some additional blowing snow minus the falling snow is possible into Thursday. Then by Thursday evening, we see temperatures dropping significantly as we see that surge of Arctic air moving into southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So a series of first alert days are ahead due to some dangerously cold conditions on the way. National Weather Service issuing in blue here an extreme cold warning for portions of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. This is where we could be looking at wind chill values as cold as 45 below by Friday morning. So this will be in effect Thursday night through Friday morning. Waking up and heading out the door at 7 a.m. Wind chill values anywhere from 40 to potentially 50 below is possible throughout the day through Friday morning, and that will extend those cold conditions throughout the entire day for the region. So again, first alert days remaining in effect through Sunday. Things quieter but dangerously cold for the region. That's a look at your first alert weather.